Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll start out with a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So before we start tonight, I just want to remind everyone that there's two opportunities for public comment this evening. The first opportunity is public comment limited to agenda items only. And if you'd like to speak on an agenda item, there are sign-up sheets in the back, on the back table. And the second opportunity for public comment is open public comment. That will be toward the end of the meeting. And again, you can sign up in the back, and I'll call you and recognize you to come up to the microphone. So thanks for that. So we're going to start tonight with a very special presentation. Tonight we will be celebrating a long and stellar career from a good friend of Northampton Township, Chief Mark Showmaker, who is the former chief of Southampton Fire Company and the recently retired longtime fire marshal of Southampton. So if you could, Mark, we'll meet you at the microphone. And also tonight we have our fire marshal, Frank Fenton, who is going to come up and help me present. And Mark has a long-time relationship with Frank in working for our public safety. So just to say a couple of quick words, and I'd like to turn the microphone over to Frank. Mark has been a friend of Northampton Township's for quite a long time. He's been in the fire service longer than me, which is nice, but has been a dear friend and a close friend, personally and professionally. And we're really happy to recognize the long career that you've had, especially around the help you've given. And I don't think there's anybody that can speak more about the assistance and the support you've given our community other than Frank Fenton, our fire marshal. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Frank.
Thank you. On behalf of Northampton Township, I'd like to thank you for the assistance that you've given me. Our mutual partnership, I guess, has come a long way. We started 26 years ago, and we've been pretty much at every one of our fires. Your fires, you'd come help me. Our fires, I'd come down and help you. I'm going to miss you. Congratulations on your retirement, and good luck in your future. Some people would say that.
So thanks. So before I would like to read our proclamation to Mark. It's not long, but I think it's important that you see just how much impact Mark has had on our community. Whereas Mark Showmaker has been an ardent supporter of Northampton Township municipal government, the Northampton Township Fire Department, and a longtime associate of the Northampton Township Fire Marshal's Office. And Mark was the fire marshal of Upper Southampton Township, former fire chief of Southampton Fire Company No. 1, and a life member of the Northampton Township Fire Department. He was around so much we made him join. And he got his life membership this year. He's been here for 20 years. Whereas Mark, and this is really important, this is the meat, whereas Mark provided countless hours of support to the Northampton Township Fire Marshal's Office, and where Mark unselfishly volunteered his time, talents, and resources to Northampton Township to preserve and improve the safety and quality of life for all citizens in our community. And whereas the Board of Supervisors of Northampton Township wish to acknowledge the selfless contributions made by Mark Showmaker to Northampton Township community and recognize his commitment to improving the lives and safety of others. And now, therefore, today, the 27th day of September, the Board of Supervisors of Northampton hereby gratefully acknowledges the contributions made by Mark Showmaker to the Northampton community and for his support of local community safety. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Say a couple words.
I just want to, recognize that it's been a privilege to work with some of the best in the business, both fire marshals and fire department and the membership of Northampton Township Fire Rescue, as well as the Board of Supervisors, which I've spent a little bit of time with each and every one of you, I think. And Barry, in a professional manner, with this business being in our town, and Bob in a professional manner in his former life. And probably one of the biggest cases that Frank and I dealt with in our careers was with Bob. So we had a successful arson prosecution. And it's been a nice ride.
Well,
So
we thank you on behalf of all the citizens of Northampton.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Come on up. Why don't we get one with the family? Mark's family's here. Come on up. You can say this.
My wife, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my son Randy, who is part of the career crew at Northampton.
Randy's one of our fire department personnel. Okay, we'll get this is the family picture. How about if we take one more picture? Why doesn't everybody come up and fill in behind Mark?
Aw.
That'll be the last picture. Guys, do. Family and friends. Why don't you guys come on?
Thank you.
I think that's been out long. You don't think so?
Do we have anybody sign up for public comment for the agenda? Okay, then we'll move right along to consent items. Approval of minutes. Paula?
Mr. Chairman, if there are no objections, I request that the minutes of August 23rd be approved by unanimous consent.
Objections? Thank you, Paula. Accounts payable. Kim?
Yes. I have the bills list for September 13th, 2023. Total all funds, $3,069,646.13. And I have the bills list for September 27th, 2023. Total all funds, $1,342,549.51.
Thanks. That's all for consent items. I'll accept a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have some new business. Consider adoption of the Northampton Township Free Library Strategic Plan. Paula?
Okay. Hi, everyone over there from the library. Nice to see you. In April 2022, the library board, the library director, and the staff created the library's first ever mission and vision statement that best reflects the public library, its growing community in Northampton Township. This became our foundation to develop a first-ever guiding principles and strategic plan for 2023 through 2026. After months spent gathering input from the community at large, the library staff, user group interviews, through surveys, in-person meetings, and a retreat with key stakeholders and partners, the Strategic Plan Committee used the date received from more than 1,000 responses to develop the new strategic plan. By focusing on 4 strategies areas of service, the Free Library of Northampton Township will be in the best position to meet the needs of our growing and changing community. The outcome of this public process has established 4 strategic priorities. The first one is build a culture of learning. 2 is community partnerships. 3 is effective communications, and 4 is contemporary facilities. At their September 14 meeting, the library board unanimously approved the attached final draft and are forwarding the plan to us, and we are going to make a motion. Okay. Last page, sorry. Just 1 second. Okay. The following motion is appropriate for the board. I recommend that we move to adopt the 2023-2026 strategic plan as presented by the Northampton Township Library Board to help guide the future direction and the development of the Northampton Township Free Library.
I second.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, any questions? No? Okay, good. No.
Sorry about that. A little fog in my throat. I needed to get some water on my...
I know Bill Wirth, the Assistant Manager of Northampton, wanted to say a few words on this subject.
Yeah, so over the course of the last 18 months or so, it's been a privilege to work with the library board, in particular as members of the strategic plan committee. I'd like to point out in the crowd tonight, Charles Beam, Eleanor Rosa, and Michael May participated in that process. And without, it would be remiss to not mention Janet Breaker, who was the chair of the group and kept us all on point for all the meetings we had throughout the time. It was a great process, involved a lot of public input, and I think we got a solid plan that allows us to...
Can you turn your mic on? Sorry.
Do I need to start over?
Everybody said no.
Right. We ended up with a very solid draft for the board's consideration, and I think this will be a great document to use in the years to come that will allow us to identify and projects and goals that the library can use. You'll see it in the document. Pending approval tonight, it'll be posted on the website. You know, one of the first paragraphs from the director talks about what will the library be when it grows up. That was something that I've always, coined throughout the process, because I think it's an untapped resource. It's a great resource, and it's the facility in the township that gets the most traffic, with over 100,000 visitors a year. So it's going to be a great plan moving forward, and look forward to working with the group to get in the years to come.
Thanks, Bill. So,
Thank you, Bill.
sorry, I had to step away from the podium for a minute. I understand there was a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Paula?
No, I have my liaison report, but I'll wait for that.
Kim?
I just want to say that I want to give credit to the library board. They have been filled with passion and hard work, and I just want to say thank you so much for your hard work.
Yes, I can second that. I've been witnessed, and Janet, you and Eleanor and Chip, and Mike also have done a great job. And thank you very much.
Bob, any?
Have the plan right here. It's great in form and in substance. It's clear a lot of work was put into it. And as someone who likes plans, I think we have a plan. So well done. Thank you for your efforts.
Barry?
Yeah, the only thing I'll add, too, is that I think the library just has a great influence on our community, our children, our seniors, all adults, things like that. There's so many different programs there, and it's such a great resource for us. I'm very proud of the fact that we have such a great library board, and employees that work there. It's really a wonderful place, and you all should be very proud about that. It's a great place, and I always enjoy. I drive by it about a dozen times a day, probably like most people, and I always like to see the parking lot full and stuff like that, and activities. So well done. So I fully support it.
I too like plans, so I think it's a great plan. It's clearly thoughtful, well thought out, and I always like to share because the number is staggering and it blows me away every time. And I know the number is always different, but over 150,000 people a year visit our library. That's an incredible number. And with that number, the library deserves a strategic plan. So really great forward thinking for the board. So thank you so much. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight, everybody. That deserves a point. The next item is a report only. No motion is required. This is a report on a municipal obligation for pensions. Barry?
Sure, thanks, Adam. So the administration was required by state law to submit a report to the Board of Supervisors on an annual basis for the minimum municipal obligation for each employee pension plan by September 30th of each year. Basically, we have three groups. We have the group of the Police Pension Fund, which is a defined benefit plan. Then we have one for non-uniform, which is defined benefit. Then we have a third plan, which is the money purchase plan, which is a defined contribution plan. So right now, the township has about 184 employees, and all those employees are covered either by a defined benefit plan or a defined contribution plan, similar to a 401k. The obligation of the township is just over $2 million. It's $2,059,101. The really good news here is that the township works with the state agencies to get funding for it. So almost half of it, $984,000, is coming from the state, from Harrisburg. So the obligation for the township is $1,075,101. So total pension contributions based on the township is $2,059,000, of which $984,000 is coming from the state, and $1,075,000 is coming from the township, the taxpayers, and it's all part of the taxes that everybody pays in the township. So we're fully funded and secure for employees. That's all I have to report.
Thank you, Barry. As I said, there's no board action needed for that. It's just a public report. First up, liaison reports. Dr. Rose.
Yes. First for the Senior Center. With the start of the fall season, the seniors are busier than ever with their activities and fundraising events. With over 40 programs and activities to choose from, there's something for everyone age 55 plus. Visit northamptonsc.com for the full list of new and existing programs. Some dates to remember. It's Boscov's Friends Helping Friends time again. Anyone can participate. Who doesn't love a day of shopping with coupons? If you purchase a ticket in advance at the Senior Center for only $5, you'll receive a 25% off all-day shopping pass to Boscov's for use on Wednesday, October 18th. The center will benefit from every ticket sold. So why not join in the fun and invite your friends and family and start your holiday shopping early? The center's annual holiday marketplace is scheduled for Friday, December 1st from 5 to 8:30. Everyone's invited to enjoy this wonderful event featuring over 50 vendors selling beautiful handcrafted items, home decor, clothing, candles, jewelry, and much more. For more information, please contact the Senior Center at 215-357-8199. And now Parks and Rec. The Recreation Center is now hosting programs on Council Rock's scheduled days off. The first was hosted on Monday, and 25 children participated. Morning or afternoon only or full-day programs are available. The next classes are October 11th and November 7th. Northampton Day is this Sunday. Our Young Entrepreneur Program will be represented with 20 children ages 5 to 14. They'll be launching their own businesses that they've learned to price and market through a free workshop that took place on September 21st. And I have to tell you, at one of our concerts this summer, we saw some of these young entrepreneurs, and they are very impressive. So please stop by their booths, maybe purchase a little something. Some other upcoming special events: stargazing in the park, October 13th. Bring your own telescope and meet at the Playground Pavilion at 6:30. Our annual Scarecrow Row will be displayed at the Municipal Park beginning October 16th. Create an amazing scarecrow and you could win a prize. And of course, our Halloween happening, board members, family fun. Wear your costume and come to the Municipal Park starting at 11 a.m. Bring a chair or blanket and watch the parade. Prizes will be awarded for best costumes, and our township supervisors will be the judges dressed in costume. I know everyone on the board is very excited about it. Yes.
It's likely we'll look like colonials.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I do want to just say a couple things about Northampton Day on Sunday. There will be parking at Council Rock South, and there is a free shuttle every 15 to 20 minutes. So don't get frustrated if you can't find a parking space. Go right down to Council Rock South. You know it's at the middle school, the old Richboro Middle School at 98 Upper Holland Road. There's going to be a Pennsylvania Mobile Veteran Service van, the Kids Marketplace. At 10 o'clock, there's going to be the flag raising with the Marine Corps League Detachment, and singing our national anthem is our very own Lisa Gardner. And there's going to be performances all day. It is going to be a wonderful day, so I hope everybody can attend. And I do want to thank our Northampton Day Committee, our first responders, and our Public Works. All these people make it happen for this beautiful day. And I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Kim. Next, Paula.
Okay, hi. I just want to speak about the library again. Summer Quest, it's called 2023. The county library's annual summer reading program was a huge success. Over the span of 8 weeks, the library provided 78 summer Quest-related programs. Okay, they had over 3,900 volunteers for the program. Each program averaged almost 160 attendees at each program. Okay, the library gave away 689 free books. Okay, and the library will be participating in a few outreach activities this week, beginning with tomorrow's Senior Expo being held at the Country Club and hosted by Senator Farry. Okay, it's tomorrow. It's late notice. It's 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock at Northampton Valley Country Club in the Crystal Room. Okay, and the library people will be there. Okay, Michelle is our youth services librarian, and she'll be going to Wrightstown Farmers Market on Saturday, and this is the third time she's visited there, and she is having a story time called On the Road at this location. Okay, and then Northampton Day, of course, Kim spoke about it, but there's going to be people from the veterans, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a table for the library also. And there's street vendors, food trucks. So it's a really fun time. Kim and I had a really good time last year. So come on, come all. And like I said, Frank Ferry, the Senior Expo. Okay, now I'll talk a little bit about, excuse me, the Veterans Advisory Commission. I first want to announce that all vets can receive a free dental exam on October 12th in honor of their service to our country. Dr. Dentist, Dr. Spadafora, is reserving appointments. His phone number, I'm sure you can look it up, Spadafora. I hate to give you a phone number now, but it's 215-364-2420, and he's in Richboro, and he'll do cleaning, x-rays, fillings, extractions for our great vets on that day, October 12th. Okay, and Veterans Day is set for Saturday, November 11th, of course, at 10 a.m. right here in the Township Building. The Marine Corps, as a matter of fact, is commemorating its 248th birthday that day. And also, when you're here at the Veterans Day ceremonies, you can check out the newly dedicated veteran memorial bricks. They're all listed. They're all laying out now. Okay, and then a little bit about Northampton. I think Kim pretty much says about the shuttle and the sparking, and the Northampton Day Festival runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., so everyone knows, and it's a great time. So come one and all and bring everyone. Thank you, that's it.
Thank you, Paula. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a few items on behalf of the Municipal Authority. First, the fall fire hydrant flushing is around the corner. That will begin the week of October 16th. All residents will be notified in advance, and the schedule will be posted to the NBCMA website in the coming weeks. The sanitary sewer rehabilitation project, which I've mentioned in the past, is now on to phase 3. That will also begin next month. This is the lining of sewer mains and service laterals in portions of the township, which is mostly complete. The following phase will line 200 sewer manholes. Over 3 miles of pipes have been rehabilitated this year. Another 5 miles is planned for next year. The purpose in this rehabilitation project is to reduce ground and surface water from entering collection systems, which reduces the overall treatment costs. The next one, I doubt my wife is watching. I kind of hope she is for this one, because I say this all the time. Do not dispose of fats, oils, and grease down the sink or the garbage disposal. They will congeal. They may congeal in your pipes. They may congeal in the public pipes. In any event, it will block the flow of wastewater, causing sewers to back up into your home potentially. Please place those items after they have cooled, Mr. Fire Marshal, Chief, in an empty container and dispose of them in the trash. And then finally, the Water Smart portal, which I've mentioned in the past as well, is a free service to customers. It will allow them to conserve water and lower their bills by monitoring water consumption in home or business. Water Smart provides the customers the ability to receive leak alert notifications, track daily usage, and receive notifications when daily consumption exceeds a volume threshold, which you as the customer may set within your portal. Leaking toilets are the #1 cause of high bills, and even small leaks can gradually lead to significant loss of water, which ends up costing all of us, most specifically yourselves, a lot of money. So please sign up for Water Smart, and for more information, visit the website nbcmatoday.org or stop by the booth at Northampton Days this weekend. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Barry?
Yeah, thanks, Adam. So the Planning Commission meeting in September was actually canceled due to a lack of agenda items. They're tentatively scheduled to meet October 10th. The Zoning Hearing Board met on September 11th and met with a full agenda of items for residential variances. It's scheduled to have the next meeting on October 23rd. On the planning side, there's the Mill Race Inn in Highland is finally moving along, and it's coming for the Planning Commission within the next few months here. The project consists of about 39 residential condos, along with a renovation of the original Mill Race Inn. So the plan there is to keep the original Mill Race Inn structure in place, and then behind the structure is going to be 39 condominiums being built. So that's something that's working its way through the system. There's also some expansion of land development in the industrial park on Richard Road, but that's all going to be scheduled on the meeting on hopefully either October 10th or the following month in November. We'll hear those things. On September 20th, I did go to a Rails to Trails meeting at the Churchill Nature Center. And it was a nice crowd there. There was presentations put on by planning committee people from the county, and they showed a lot of the work that's been done on the Rails to Trails and the progress is being made. The tentative target date, and nobody likes to get targeted on a date, but they're hoping that maybe in next summer they'll have the construction started, and they're going to have the trail go from Bristol Road all the way up to the Churchill Nature Center and then loop into the Churchill Nature Center, so people actually can park there. And there's having a lot of safety precautions with fencing, things like that, to make sure people don't have access to the water and things like that. The crowd there was very, very positive. I did receive a couple comments about concern about crime during the phase of construction and also the phase of during off hours, things like that. I did talk to the administration, and I was assured, and they also contacted Upper South, that it's just non-existent. There's been no issues whatsoever out of the ordinary for anything from the Upper South Trail. And there's no anticipation of any issues happening on the trail in Northampton. So all in all, a very positive meeting. That's all I have.
Thank you, Barry. I just have one quick item. Fire prevention, annual fire prevention open house is Saturday, October 14th from 10 to 2. It is Fire Prevention Week, October 8th through the 14th. And this year the focus is on being kitchen safe. So take note, and if you look at the fire department's Facebook page, you'll see all kinds of good educational materials throughout the month of October. And I think we'll be visiting all the schools this month as well, so all the kids will have a fire drill with the firefighters and do some fire prevention presentations as well. Thank you. Next up, manager's report.
I have no report this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Assistant manager's report.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
I didn't skip you this month, sorry. Sorry for last month.
I'll be back. Here
I
we
still
go.
feel bad. Pinch hitting for Joe Pizzo tonight is our friend Ken Ferris. Thank you, Ken.
Sure. No report for this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Amanda, engineer's report.
And no report. Thank you.
All right. So we do have some folks that signed up for public comment. I'll recognize you individually. When you come up, please just state your name for the record and let me know if you are a township resident. First up is Katharina Kogan.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you giving me a chance to speak.
Can you just say your name for the record?
Katerina Kogan.
And you are a resident of
I reside
Northampton?
in Tapestry.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm here with some of the residents of Tapestry, and this is in regards to the recent accident that happened on the Middle Holland Road and Justice Drive. Unfortunately, a child was hit by a car. Luckily, it wasn't lethal this time. However, this is not the first accident that happened at a very busy intersection. This is a very busy road located right across from Rolling Hills Elementary School. Many kids walk to and from Rolling Hills Elementary School from neighboring communities, as well as Tapestry, Village Shires, and other communities that are near this intersection. And us residents of Tapestry community specifically are asking you to consider installing traffic light at this very busy intersection so kids can cross safely. Additionally, please consider installing speed bumps between Liberty Drive and Justice Drive on Independence Drive. Because many residents of the Tapestry community noticed that parents of kids who go to Rolling Hills Elementary who do not reside in Tapestry enter through either Liberty Drive or Justice Drive. They speed through Independence Drive to drop off their kids. And the same parents do the same, entering either Liberty Drive or Justice Drive, and they're speeding through Independence Drive. And with the installment of speed bumps, kids will have more chances of coming home alive. I have myself and other residents have witnessed a lot of very scary moments. I know that the Northampton PD is great, and they're often in the area, and they often are present, but they cannot be there all the time. With the speeding bumps, there are more chances that people will slow down. I thank you for your time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, Joanna Vaughn. Hello, your name again for the record.
Good evening, Joanna Vaughn, I'm resident.
Thank you.
I'm here with fellow property owners from the Tapestry development. As concerned members of Tapestry, we feel it's our duty and obligation to ourselves and neighbors to inform you of activities that are of great concern within our community and potentially code violations, which is why we're here tonight. Working with our HOA and the Northampton Township Police Department, we believe that there is a dwelling that is not being used as a single-family attached dwelling according to our township codes, and we just would like to continue working with you to resolve that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Jason Joins.
Hello, Jason Joins. I am a resident of the township.
Thank you.
Thank you. When I moved to the township, I wanted to pursue my civic duty. so, I always go out and vote. Beyond that, I wanted to see how else I could get involved in local government. So I became local judge of elections, and I've enjoyed that. This room looks very familiar to me. I've spent a lot of Tuesdays in here. Beyond that, I wanted to know, okay, now I found out there's this Board of Supervisors. What do they do? I was very interested. Well, I found out that they do quite a bit. And so I started attending meetings and reached out, and I've talked to a lot of you, and I wanted to say that, you really have two options. You can sit at home and believe what you read on social media, or you can reach out, ask questions, and get involved and find out the truth. And so I wanted to say that, thank you all for responding to, inquiries that I've made and responding to me, answering questions that I've had. I appreciate it. And I recognize the fact that you guys are responsible for quite a bit. I mean, just listening to the reports about Senior Center, Parks and Rec, Library, Veterans, Municipal, Planning, it's a lot that you guys are involved in. And just as a member of the community, I want to say thank you, all of you, for the work that you do. And I also wanted to say, I know that budget season is coming up, and you've got a lot of tough work and hard decisions to make ahead of you, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. John Brown? Hello, your name again for the record?
John Brown.
You're a resident?
Resident,
Thank you.
yes. I got a little problem with your golf course. One of the people playing over there broke my window. I called him, I got his name, I reported it to Mario, showed him the pictures, the price of what to repair. And now I'm getting a runaround from him. I got the runaround from him, and I'd like somebody to answer a question. They're all telling me that you can deface somebody's property and not be liable. That doesn't make sense. It'd be like you having a party and somebody throws something in your neighbor's house. Oh, well, that's what I got told. It's a gentleman's agreement. Somebody's going to get hurt. I mean, you guys own it. You're liable. Same with me. Somebody on my property does something, I'm liable. I called my insurance company, and they said, my deductible's too low. Go through the townships, and they'll chase you. Because the guy won't. I got a police report here. The guy won't, matter of fact, Reinhold called him up and he said, oh yeah, have him call me. He never called back, he never called me. So what do? You guys own it. I'm a resident, I back up to it. It's bad enough to go in the yard, but when they start breaking windows in the house, we upgraded the house, Bob knows me. Mm-hmm. Right, Robert?
I'll address it. John, it's like anything else. When there's a
What's that? I can't hear you.
It's like anything else. When there's damage to your property, the proper process is for you to file a claim with your insurance carrier. They then will reach out to our insurance carrier and the individual who allegedly broke your window. They work all this out among themselves. That's the process you have to follow. We get complaints about people who hit potholes, and they send us a bill for their broken tire or rim.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
It sort of is, and we don't pay that either. So
Right.
We will not reimburse you for the cost of that. You have to go through your insurance carrier, and
My
they will
insurance
work it
carrier
out.
said
If our insurance,
my deductible's too high, which is a smart thing to do.
No. You don't have the liability. So if there is a legitimate claim, whose ever insurance, whether it's our insurance or the individual who broke your window's insurance, they'll pay that.
Well, that's more or less
You
what they
should not
said.
have anything out of pocket, but you need to file the claim with your own insurance company.
Well, when I talked to them, they said it was basically not their problem, it was your problem.
You're their insured.
Right.
So they should pick up the claim.
And I'm not
If someone broke your window, if someone threw your rock,
Stay at the microphone, thanks.
if someone threw a rock through your window and you had no idea who it was,
Oh, I know who.
your insurance carrier would pay the claim,
Right.
right? This is no different.
So if I
Either we know who did it,
Oh, we know who did. I went and got him.
And
And he admitted it on the police report, everything.
okay, then his insurance carrier will pay for that claim through your insurance company. Your insurance company should have nothing out of pocket, and neither should you. That's the process.
I don't want to take a hit. Adam, go ahead.
You should have nothing out of pocket, and neither should your insurance carrier. If the other gentleman is deemed liable, then they will pay the claim on his behalf. You won't have anything out of pocket. But you've got to go through that process.
And what if we don't? We'll deal with it when the time comes?
You've got to go through the process. You've got to file the claim with your insurance company. File an official claim. Calling them is not going to do that. You've got to file an official claim through your agent to your carrier.
Well, I questioned him, and there's the letter I got.
That's okay, you can hang on to it, we can get it. I think, just as a matter of public concern, I think you have a dispute with the township, for sure. I don't think we're going to solve it here tonight, for sure.
That's what we got him for.
I think, well, we the supervisors have heard your situation. It sounds like you did get an answer. I don't, sometimes when folks get an answer from the township that they don't like, they call it the runaround. I heard you say that earlier. I don't.
Well, I was asking what they...
Let me just finish. We have a highly professional staff that wants to help everybody. From what I just heard, it sounds like there's a pretty straightforward process. If that process doesn't work for you, I think is what you're asking. You said if it doesn't work, then I think there's a next step somewhere, but I don't think we're going to solve that here tonight.
One thing I had was...
I'll let you just finish up.
Okay.
Thanks.
A friend of mine, he went golfing up in the Poconos. He sliced the ball. He said it went right through somebody's window. And he said, "Am I liable?" And they said, "Turn your ticket over. Your ticket says you're liable for anything you do on that property or anything that comes off it from you." Right?
I'm not going to render them.
No, but I'm just saying, the tickets say that. And Mario told me the tickets, you have no responsibilities.
It doesn't matter. It will be the determination of the insurance carriers who is liable.
Right.
And whoever they determine to be liable will pay the claim.
Okay.
Do you have an estimate? If you haven't.
Yeah, $600.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
for
right.
bringing that to our attention.
Yeah,
though.
well, I just think... there
Sorry, we
could
couldn't
be other
answer it here,
things, you
but-
know?
If you want to send that information to me, John.
Mario's got everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Well, then I'll follow up with him.
Yeah, Mario
And,
knows all about it, and it happened on July 30th, and I'm still chasing.
If your carrier has the information from the gentleman who sliced the ball, that's all they should need. They can have our insurance carrier information as well.
That's what I asked Mr.
And they'll all sort it out.
Yeah, I asked him for it, and he said he'd get back to me, never called back.
I don't think we're liable, but the other gentleman certainly is.
I know insurance companies work, together.
We'll figure it out.
All right,
I don't have no
let's-
leverage.
We'll just take this from there. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have any other names on the evening tonight. Thanks again, Mr. Ferris, for sitting in with us tonight. With no other business, the meeting is adjourned.